I take it this isn't a social call.
We need your help, Doctor. I need the memories from a man
E
named
aí,
Tamar.
galera, tudo bem com vocês? Espero que
But
estejam
he's
bem.
dead.
I
Bem-vindos a
know
mais
it's
um vídeo.
asking for a miracle,
E
Amari,
estamos
but
aqui com
you've pulled off the
Fallout
impossible
4. Isso
before.
Are
mesmo,
you
galera.
two
Fallout
mad?
4.
Putting aside the fact that you're asking
Vamos
me to defile a corpse.
mais uma
You
gameplay
do
aí.
realize that the memory
E
simulators require
é
intact,
isso, eu vou ficar
living
jogando
brains
até
to function.
acabar esse domingo.
Please. Nick told me you're the only one who can make this work.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
So the brain is still good, right?
Possibly. There's no sign of decay, so the tech is probably preserving the tissue, injecting some kind of compound to keep it stable. But there's no way to access the memories inside without a compatible port.
You're talking about me, right? I'm an old synth. If the Institute built me out of similar parts, we might have an in.
There could be long-term side effects. I don't know where to even begin with listing the risks.
Don't bother. I don't need to hear them. Plug me in, Doc.
I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine.
Tá, tem sintético que é do
If
bem,
I
tipo
start
esse nick aí.
cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
Is Nick gonna be okay?
Yes, the connections appear to be stable. Hopefully, it'll be as simple as unplugging the implant once we're done. But that doesn't get around the current problem. The memory encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
Vamos
All
lá.
right. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there, and keep your fingers crossed.
Vamos cruzar os dedos.
See you on the other side.
Tem que ser empacado. Ah, é verdade. Como é que eu tiro essa armadura?
What they use you for?
Don't let all that horsepower go to your head.
This thing's got stims in it.
Oh, sorry. That was Bob Crosby. Here's a thing. A sort of note, I guess, from a sponsor here in Diamond City, and I'll just read it. John and Kathy Super Salon invites you to try out the latest innovations in hairstyles. Look good. Make people jealous. Oh. Roy Brown he did 2 songs about Butcher Pete. Here's the second one.
Vamos lá. Errado. Perdi errado.
Ooh, come on. Let me carry something before you cripple yourself.
Hey,
Point the way. Don't mind the clutter.
Não tem como. Ah, mano, deixa, mano. Eu me seguro, cara, pra não falar essa coisa, velho. Vamos lá, cara. É, mano, a única coisa aqui que...
initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
Só tô vendo o nosso branco.
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Legal.
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. It doesn't matter now, though. Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why
This
Mom was
doesn't
with him.
seem to be what we're looking for.
Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete
There
asshole.
appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand. That's what happiness felt like. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. It's gonna be fine. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kinda green.
I know, but that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Well, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got it.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. They just took it as part of the job. Little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And, you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it. So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's this family. Lives down the creek once.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748.
I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring
Dia de
about
som.
other people again.
Vem. Simbora, cara.
It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming.
Initiate.
First synths weren't all that impressive. You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement, which suited me just fine.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Esse Keylog é quem matou nosso filho. Eu matei ele.
Cryogenic stasis. Suspended.
The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me. And I made sure they knew it. The eggheads never liked taking orders from a... I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
Vault computers are still working. That's good.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have. I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
Hopefully it's all
Just... I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never like to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
Pod C6, down the hall near the end.
Aqui foi nada. Nossa, esse cara é ridículo, mano.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Bosta.
Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's gonna be fine.
Come here. Come here, baby.
No, I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
Que desgraçado.
Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
Evento canônico.
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. It wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
Kellogg.
It's okay. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the Coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side.
X688, ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
É isso, cara.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Forget about how much I care for you.
Aí.
It's all over, but the dreaming.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
And I can't get over.
That's one heck of a getup, Blue.
I'm okay, Doctor. Thank you.
That's good, but I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
We got what we needed. The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out.
Yes, their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil, we need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
Then he's dead already. It's a waste of time.
No. He must have gone there for a reason. He has to be alive. He must have been prepared for it. Look, we don't have any options left. You have to go after him. Through that sea of radioactive ash.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Hey.
Where to?
Piper.
Time for some travel fuel. Want one?
Your thoughts?
You know, you are some kind of dedicated. I wouldn't want to share a beer with Kellogg, let alone a brain.
Is everything okay between us?
Things are pretty good from where I'm standing. So long as we're helping people out here, I'm all in.
Hell yeah.
The memory den's not accepting new clients right now, sweetheart.
Whoever this Brotherhood of Steel is, I'm not buying that "we come in peace" malarkey.
Can't believe it. You look just like...
Significa.
Tammy, too.
Sure as hell didn't act like him. Institute thinks they can replace people with synths. In this town, they got another thing coming.
What am I gonna tell his mother?
Opa, aí. Assim, cara. É isso. É melhor, cara. Cuidar muito bem disso.
Got a reason to be.
Ever been to kill or be killed? Some fine-looking weapons.
Your lady friend there. She's
appreciate good investigative journalism.
Tá bom, vamos ver as coisas que a gente tem aqui. Eu perdi meu cachorro. E o quê? Tira meu cachorro.
We need to see if anyone was hurt, right?
Cara. Vai. Perdi meu cachorro.
Well, if anyone could figure out a good use for it.
Seja. Else. É, e Caraca, era só matar um necrótico? Não, cara.
I wonder if someone think because of this.
What kind of things you ask? Tell you. Time ago, while it had been full of fish, or monsters, or monster fish, maybe. I don't know. Not relevant.
That's it.
The Minutemen are there now. That's good. For them. And I guess for everyone else too. Well, yeah. How about...
Bom, tarefa feita, vamos lá.
Well, look who's back. I take it that area's clear?
Am I getting rewarded for this?
Dance has authorized me to reimburse you.
Affirmative.
Looks like I got my surprise for the day. Here, recon's always coming in. Take a breather if you need it. When you're ready, just say the word.
What's the mission?
Clearing trash, mutants, ghouls. It's all the same to me. All waiting to be exterminated.
I'm not ready.
Right. I better not catch you screwing around when there's work to be done out there.
Ali, Peraí. Dá uma arrumadinha aqui, mano. Cara, foi.
Don't let Ingram catch you standing around. You'll be on report before you can blink.
Olá, meus amigos, olá, alunos da família RA, olá, equipe RA. Eu decidi fazer esse vídeo aqui porque nós temos que olhar para o que está acontecendo no Rio Grande do Sul, porque afinal de contas poderia ser qualquer um de nós que estivéssemos numa situação daquela desafiadora neste momento, e a nossa missão é servir a todos vocês. E nessa segunda e dessa terça,
que susto. Acho que é melhor sim. Bom, galera, eu vou saindo por aqui. Eu não sei que vocês estão assistindo aí, mas melhorar essas gameplay, cara. Vou pra academia agora. E é isso aí. Valeu, falou e fiquem com Deus.